Hey guys, Cam for 15, back at it with another video for you guys, joined by my co-host, The Red Wolf, and we are back with another My Hero Academia anime episode review with season 6, as I guess now this official arc is called the Dark Hero arc now. I didn't know what I called it, back when this first came out in the manga. It was like called the Dark Deku arc or the Vigilante arc or whatever. I guess the official term for this arc is called the Dark Hero arc. So, I guess any theories, what you mean alone that you would think from the title of what this arc would be called?
I still have that one question that you asked me one time,
Yep.
and it's stuck in my head. Will
Uh,
he fight his friends?
that's a good question.
That I that question is still stuck in my head. Like, wow, is Deku gonna go that rogue?
Well, who knows? Like I said, arc is titled the Dark Hero arc, so maybe not. I don't know. Right now, we know he's working with the number 1, 2, and 3 heroes, and then I guess All Might. But
Mhm.
that's kind of thing. But yes, we finally start. And what my opinion was some of the most hypest moments I saw in the manga, reading on a week-to-week basis, with this vigilante Deku situation we got going on. Again, just not only watching today's episode, but it really did take me back to the when I first read the manga. Just the chills it sent down my spine reading each and every page of the chapter, of seeing everything of like what happened. And obviously with what happened this week in Muscular, I was absolutely like, yes, that's great.
And yes, I'll be the first to admit it. I was wrong.
Oh yeah, you said
Oh,
last week you thought it would be a back and forth fight with Deku
yeah.
maybe like getting his butt kicked, but he got
Well,
one hit.
in my defense, cause you know how much of a one for all Deku had to use back then.
Yeah.
But I did not expect him to be more strategic about his approach against Muscular.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll admit I am wrong, and Muscular was dealt with pretty easily out, actually.
Yeah. With utter ease. So let's start off the episode. We actually get two familiar faces in this week's episode that we haven't seen since season 3 of the anime. And that is Yo Shindo and I forgot her first name, but Tatami.
Mhm.
Now, some background information if you didn't know. They are actually currently a boyfriend-girlfriend item couple right now.
You know,
Yes, they confirmed that.
they're, they're, they're
They confirmed that they were dating. Now in the manga they did. They didn't really specify that in the anime in this week's episode, but they are dating.
spicy.
So now you see why she was so worried sick about him when he was damn near almost killed by Muscular.
Mhm.
So there you go. Tatsumi and Shindo are dating. There you go. Some background information that I know courtesy of the manga. So yes. They're
Okay.
practically going through this ruined down city. Also, I will say this. I like the effect of the fact that with the narrator, we saw it was Deku, but now it's Ochako being the narrator. I don't know if you picked that up.
I actually did not actually. I
Yes.
didn't pick that up.
Yes, Ochako is the narrator right now because, Deku's rogue. And again, like Ochako said at the start, Deku left his hero academia.
Oh yeah, at that part, yes, she was narrating. I didn't know she was narrating the rest.
I don't know if she's gonna narrate the rest of the story. Well, in terms of the rest of this arc story, but whatever. Um, but anyways, they're in this ruined down, tore down freaking city and everything, and of course, people are complaining. Oh, why is there still blue skies? Whatever. I already did that discussion last week. Whatever. They
Hmm.
go into this building and they see these civilians, and practically they're asking these civilians to like, hey, you know, why don't you come with us? We'll take you to a nice shelter that's within our school and everything. But these guys were like, nah, you can F off. Like, we're not taking any advice from you heroes and everything. You see what it looks like outside? We're here trying to protect this building, protect this city from all these villains. But obviously, Shindo and Tatami are like, we don't want you guys to get hurt. You should come with us to go to get some shelter, get some resources, get some help, and be safe. And they're like, please, we could care less for what you guys did. They make the mention of like, oh, the heroes in our district of this town or city, they all stopped being heroes and they left and dipped. So again, it's this whole thing that you have the public eye having distrust in heroes. And whatever heroes that are left, well, guess what? You know, in a way they kind of treat them disrespectfully, even if they're actually trying to help out and things like that. So yeah, but they practically walk away. They're like, well, there's nothing we can really do now. I did find it funny how Yo was like, man, I wish I kicked their asses for what they were telling us. But obviously Tatami is like, we can't really do that. That wouldn't be very hero-like. So yes. Anyways, they get a call from Makabe, pretty much telling them like, there's some he's headed your way. And who is that?
The big boy himself, Muscular. The big boy himself. The face that I never wanted to see until they showed it.
Yes. What does good old Muscle Boy do?
Well, he literally has Yo on the ropes. Like he just started crushing him with his bare hand. And Yo, he's like trying to like vibrate him or something like that.
Yeah, use his earthquake quirk or his quake quirk. Now it does look like it has some effect on Muscular, but not really.
All he needs to do is put on more muscle. Apparently he did. Apparently.
And then after that, because mind you, Tatami actually went back to try to go get the civilians out of there and safely get out of there. And obviously, you know, she's watching her boyfriend more than likely get killed right in front of her eyes. And when it looks like Muscular is gonna give the finishing blow to Yo, because the dude looks like damn near passed out right then and there, who ends up showing up?
The new and improved edgy boy Deku.
Yes. Quite the reunion we saw here. Listen, some of the shots, when I read the manga for this point, some of the shots were badass, but just seeing these shots animated, man, they were some badass shots.
And you can clearly see that Deku's literally trying to hide his identity from everybody.
Oh yes. So, also here's another thing. Deku unlocked another quirk. Reminder, it's been 1 month since the war arc with Shigaraki. So 1 month has passed. It's the month of April now, because last month I believe was March when the war arc happened. He has a new quirk. It is now a smoke screen quirk. Now, I'm actually shocked the color is purple, but hey, it's unique. It's a unique type of smoke screen color. It's different than, I guess, maybe just gray.
Yeah.
So, yes. But that is the smoke screen quirk is the user that looks similar to Best Jeanus's quirk. I think he's the fourth user of One for All. The fourth user's quirk. No, fourth user's quirk is fucking Danger Sense. My bad. It's so damn confusing. The fifth user. My bad. It's the fifth user's quirk. So we see Deku obviously uses a smoke screen to hide himself. And everything. Now we get the reunion between Deku and Muscular, and well, you want to tell us how his reaction is?
I recognize that voice anywhere. I can never forget that voice. You're Zukumi Doria, aren't you? And he starts going off like, I'm not interested in revenge and stuff like that. He just wants to feel the excitement that he felt that day again. basically.
Yeah, so in other words, this man was a glutton for punishment.
Hmm.
Well, he is kind of a sadistic villain, to be honest.
I mean, yes, you saw what he did to that kid's parents.
Oh, Coda. Oh my gosh, that was pretty brutal. Yeah, so that's kind of the thing there. Now, he jumps up. Well, he doesn't fully jump up, but he pretty much tosses the building upside down. Now, Deku ends up getting away and using his smokescreen quirk. He drops off Shindo near his girlfriend, Shindo's girlfriend, Tatami. Particularly, he's hiding himself in the smoke. And he's like, this man needs to get some first aid, pretty much treatment. Treat him, he'll be fine and everything. He's not dead or anything. Now, she does make the mention, like, his voice sounds awfully familiar. Now, Shindo, we see later near the tail end of the episode, he makes the mention because he did see a glimpse of Deku. He did say he looks like the kid from the freaking provisional license exam thing, right then and there. So, Deku starts running off into the smoke and everything, and pretty much you have it where the fifth user's like, yeah, make sure I think you kind of overdid the smoke screen stuff a bit. You might want to tone that down and everything. But remember, Deku's learning things on the fly and everything. Now, obviously, you're wondering, well, then why the hell is he out in the field? Well, at this point, Deku needs to understand how to better utilize the One for All user's quirks. You know, what's better? Learning something during school where you put your friends in harm and jeopardy, or learning on the fly? At this point, learning on the fly is probably the best possible outcome. And then guess again, we just had Shindo and Tatami out there in the public. Now, mind you, they are, I believe, in their third years where they're about to graduate or something like that, from high school. But even then, it's still a teenager out in the field that's probably inexperienced.
Yeah.
So this is when Deku, he starts using all his quirks. He jumps up using Nana Shimura's float quirk, and then all of a sudden, Muscular comes out of the smoke and he senses a danger sense. He activates his Black Whip quirk to wrap around Muscular, and then we get to like this like little mini dam area. And that's kind of where they had this fight. And this is when you have Deku kind of picking Muscular's brain. He's like, why are you doing what you're doing? This. Oh, and mind you, too, even before all this happened, Muscular grabbed like a piece of rubble and he stuck it in the missing eyeball he has.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, why did he do that?
I have no fucking clue. Maybe that's how fucking crazy.
Did,
This guy, he did say he wants to spill blood.
did that ever show in the manga?
Oh, yeah, they show that in the manga.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, everything's word for word the manga. I'll tell you when there was like complete censorship. But yes, listen. I know if I missed an eyeball out of some weird reason, I would be sticking a freaking chunk of rock in my eye. Probably stuck in there now.
He's ballsy.
So yes, we have Deku's Taknu no Jitsu moment, where he tries to talk with Muscular. He's pretty much trying to pick his brain, ask him like, why are you doing what you're doing? Why do what you do? And practically Muscular's like, because I want to spill blood. I want to see people cry in pain and shit like that, you know. You're a sadistic guy that just thinks so sadistically, like he has no care for other people in the world. Again, great shots and everything. You get this one terrifying shot where he's like, who gives a fuck anymore? Why are we talking? Let's fight, Midoriya. Yes. Deku's like, all right, let's fight. Well, he doesn't really say that, but he charges up to full counting. He blasts off going at Muscular's way. Now, what is the one thing that Muscular did not take account for?
That apparently, like, if he loses muscles too much, that how does it work again? Like,
He overexerts himself. So, anyway, we kind of find out Shindo actually did help Deku in a way. Now, I still think Deku would have been able to easily beat Muscular with utter ease, because remember, at the time, when Deku first fought Muscular, he only could use 5% full calorie. And we saw in that fight, he barely did any damage to him. This is 45% Deku. I think that's a lot more stronger than what he was fighting back in season 3. So thanks to Shindo's quick quirk, it actually affected Muscular's muscles, and kind of in a way he overexerted it. And Deku just comes in 45% Detroit Smash, knocks Muscular out with utter ease.
Yeah, like I said, not what I was expecting.
Oh yes, it's funny because when you made that comment last week, in my head I was like, "Oh, this motherfucker's gonna really see what happens next week, and he's gonna be like, oh crap, I ate my words."
Oh my god, you were enjoying yourself.
Oh yeah, I love when you make predictions and I know what to expect ahead of time, and then when whether it comes true or not, you either look like, "Why did I make that prediction?" Or you're like, "I knew it."
No, the thing is, I knew Deku was gonna win. I just didn't think it would be easily.
You gotta show him off how much stronger he's gotten within a month's time. So yeah. Yeah, he easily defeats him Muscular with utter ease. It was a cool shot too. When the way he defeated him too.
Detroit Smash.
So yeah, he pretty much captures him. He takes him to the police, drops him off to the police like he's Batman. Also to make the mention too, they make a mention of the fact that, listen, one of the users of One for All, I think it's the same guy who was talking about the smoke screen and everything. He does make the mention to tell Deku, listen, the quirks you have, they're really not quirks you can use to like knock out your opponents or anything. They're morally of that of, well, I said this in the manga. His quirks in a way are kind of like that of support items.
Yeah, you mentioned that quite a few times already. About this.
So yeah. Now the one thing they kind of did omit from the manga is when they did that scene, it actually kind of showed like kind of the way they showed the example of the quirks. Like for example, Black Whip was like just a piece of rope around Deku and everything. Simple as that. But let's be honest. All the quirks, with the exception of the second and third users quirk, who we have yet to see, all the other quirks that are revealed, they're pretty much support quirks. Black Whip isn't really a quirk he can use to knock somebody out. It's just to tie somebody up and maybe hold them down for a bit. Smoke screen, it's just to
obstruct your opponent's view, I guess.
Yep. Danger sense.
Just be ready for any upcoming danger.
And then float.
Fly.
Practically just get the upper hand and make an aerial battle. I like this whole thing of like, in a way, these quirks, they're not OP to the point where you're like, okay, Deku's like probably the most OP character in the world. Now, obviously, if you got multiple quirks, yeah, in a way, he's, I guess you could say, more than likely going to be the strongest hero known to man. But even then, they're nice support things that help Deku not put so much strain on his body than just doing, Detroit smashing and super strength and things like that. Now, mind you, we still have yet to see the second and the third users' quirks. Now, why that might be, who knows? And what those quirks may also be, who knows? Maybe those quirks actually might be OP as hell. Who knows?
Sounds like a teaser.
So, that's the thing. Now, if you watch the next episode preview, we do get the face reveals for the second and the third users of One for All. So, yeah, that's kind of the thing. But we'll talk more about that next. Anyways, he drops him off at the police. He's like, yeah, lock this guy up. He doesn't show his face at all or anything. Now, maybe that's because he doesn't want to be seen or anything, or probably doesn't want his name plastered all over the news sites, because then if his friends see that, well, then they're going to go after him, more than likely. And then two, that also would give away his location to Shigaraki and All for One, and you probably don't want that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he reunites with All Might. He asks All Might asks him like, "Are you good?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And we see an interesting item that you hinted at last week.
I mean, I don't know word for word if it's from Melissa, but I'm sure it's from Melissa because it's from the US. I'm sure.
Yes, his mid gauntlet. So, in other words, if you haven't seen the first My Hero Academia movie, this whole concept of mid gauntlets was like established in the first movie, and they were called the full gauntlets. Practically, they're a shock absorbing type of arm compressant thing for Deku to wear, so he doesn't have to go all out and harm his arms and everything. Honestly, when I saw this in the manga, I was like, does this mean the movie's canon now officially to the storyline? I guess so now.
I see no reason why it shouldn't be. I mean,
Now, listen, they don't name drop Melissa, but the closest thing we get to like Melissa or David Shield is the fact that All Might drops the US reference, the USA reference.
yeah.
Now, he did say these are a prototype. So, okay, I'm guessing oh shit. I'm guessing Melissa still hasn't made a legit one for one legit finished copy, so it's still a prototype. So, yes. Now, does this mean we could potentially see David and Melissa's shield in the future? Who knows?
I wouldn't hold my breath on it, but if that does happen, then that's a big thumbs up for me.
Well, yeah, like I said, they don't make any references to the movies, so I guess the movies are not canon. But again, I've said this before with all the three movies of My Hero. You can literally insert them into the timeline of My Hero, and they could be in the canon timeline. The first movie takes place after season 2, just before season 3. The second movie, it takes place after season 4 of My Hero. The third movie takes place literally in between season 5. You can fit all the movies into the main canon timeline. They just don't make their references to the movies. Why that's the case, I have no fucking clue. But hey, you get a nice little My Hero 2 hero shout out with the full gauntlets. Same color and everything. Now again, like I said, they're a prototype, everything. Hawks gives a call to All Might. He's like, so, how's Midori? You with Midori? He's like, yeah, I'm with Midori. He's like, yeah, things like that. Deku gets Danger Sense activated. Alert to another villain, I guess, creating havoc. So he goes off and everything, and this is kind of where we get some flashback backstory. So, one, we get the aftermath after Deku woke up from the Vestige world, and everything. One, we find out, oh, well, his arms actually weren't that badly damaged. Now, I believe it has something to do with One for All. It's simple as that. Now, the doctor does say, well, regardless, your arms are still in the state of like, well, they could be badly damaged beyond repair, pretty much. So you got to still take the same precautions, which is obviously why they have the compression stuff on him, right now. But ultimately, in a way, he actually got stronger because of it. Now you get this very emotional moment with him and his mom. And it's kind of this whole thing of the fact where Deku and All Might, they tell Deku's mom the truth. They tell her the truth that he has One for All. Go ahead.
Yeah, after she finds out everything about this, she goes like, so there are bad guys that are gonna hunt down Deku because he has this special power?
Practically. Now, Deku already made up his mind, like, okay, I'm gonna go away from UA. I'm gonna go off on my own, so then they can't hurt anybody else I care about. This is the reason why Deku's doing what he's doing. This is why he left UA, because he doesn't want All for One or Shigaraki finding them at UA and then hurting his friends. And we know from what we saw in the War arc when Bakugo got stabbed, we see how much Deku took it to heart.
Yeah. Deku.
So, that's kind of the thing, and I like the fact how Deku in a way kind of reassures his mom like he's going to be okay. It's just a nice sweet thing in a way, because it's like he looked obviously up to All Might. We know this, and he ended up getting his quirk. Now his mom knows on this, and it's that whole flashback and everything. That sweet, adorable flashback where he saved his mom and everything. I like the whole embrace moment between the two because you can really see how much Deku has grown over the time, and everything. And I think his mom obviously understands like the responsibility he has, especially after he pretty much explained it. It gets All Might so damn emotional. He starts crying. He's like, I don't care if you shove me away, Midoriya. Young Midoriya, please take me with you. I'm like, yes, Dad. Even though he's not his dad, but let's admit it. All Might is kind of his adoptive dad.
I guess so. And to think, it's the hero that he looked up to all these years.
Yes, so that's resolved. Who does Deku talk to before he leaves the hospital?
Remind me.
Good old Gran Torino.
Oh yeah. Should have known.
You want to tell the audience what practically Gran Torino said?
He basically said there will come a time when you'll have to kill someone in order to save someone.
Which was a very interesting point right there. One, he also makes a mention, I should have been the one to probably kill Tomura. But he does make that point to Deku. He says, sometimes in order to save somebody, you might have to kill them. Is that a hint to maybe Shigaraki could probably be beyond saving, where Deku might have to do what he might not want to do? He makes a good point. Sometimes people are just far beyond saving, and in order to save them, you gotta finish them off.
Yeah.
So it's actually a pretty good point Gran Torino made. Deku did tell Gran Torino about Nana Shimura. He's like, Nana, still crying after all these years, huh? So again, take that if you want. Sounds like they were a lot closer than just friends. That's just my opinion. I'm still the belief that they were more than just friends or partners. I feel like they were like an item.
Did you get any comments talking about that in the previous video at all?
I barely got comments. I barely get comments on my videos. Yes, but hey, that's kind of the thing there. Gran Torino also gives Deku his scarf. That's why he has Gran Torino's scarf. There you go. So I guess in a way, is a passing the torch. Remember, Gran Torino did train Deku for that little period in season 2. So master student, all connective tissues and things like that. So nice, sweet, adorable, cute moments. He looks like he's gonna be pulled through and he's gonna be okay now. More than likely, he'll probably have to retire as a hero.
Most likely, yeah.
So
he literally got gutted. So
yeah. Practically All Might called the other 3 heroes, Endeavor, Best Genius, and Hawks. Pretty much, they made an alliance. All 3 of them are working together. Now, they're obviously apart from each other because they don't want to draw too much distraction away from Deku. And plus, this is their plan of trying to draw out Shigaraki and All for One. And trying to make it look like as if, they're not working together and things like that. Funny enough, you had freaking Best Genius hold his phone like this.
It's such a cool phone.
Listen, if I ever see somebody holding their phone like that, calling somebody, I sincerely hope they get some help. So, yeah, and that's kind of where the episode ends. So,
yep. What an episode.
Yeah, solid episode for the first episode of the Dark Hero arc. Vigilante Deku is great. And I can't wait for more. So next week, if you watch the next episode preview, well, I cannot wait for this moment. I've been dying to see this moment. One of the best girls in the series is about to show up.
So she has like a sniper type of quirk. I see.
Yeah. And she's hunting Deku per orders All for One.
Yeah. Makes me wonder about her backstory because I've only seen small images, but I don't really know a lot. I don't really know the context.
Her backstory is actually going to be pretty interesting without going into spoilers. Now, if you looked at the subtitles of the next episode preview, they do kind of give away a little bit of her teeny bit of her backstory.
Hmm.
But they do give her name away, and her name is called Lady Nagant.
How fitting.
Now, also too, in the next episode preview, there was somebody standing next to her as it looked like she was trying to snipe Deku. I'm guessing. Who that could be who knows?
We shall see.
Also too, it will finally be getting the background will finally be dark now. There will be no more blue skies. I hope you're happy now.
Go live in outer space, for crying out loud, people.
So I'm definitely looking forward to next week because we're gonna get Deku versus Lady Nagant. And I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. I'm telling you, this fight is gonna be intense.
Wow, you're gonna put up that much of a fight, huh? But how good is she close combat?
You just have to tune in and watch next week.
Okay then.
I'm telling you, man, you're about to get best girl material. I already claimed her.
Yes, I know. You read the manga and you claimed any kind of good waifu that you could that will come out from now on.
I had to claim Lady Nagant at my waifu party because she is not only a great waifu, but she is a whole ass snack.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
So yes, I gotta hear her English dub voice, which I already know who voices her, but I can't wait to finally see Deku versus Lady Nagant. I'm just happy that we're finally seeing some of these moments that I've been just dying to see animated, and the fact that I'm finally getting it, it's great. So whenever the final season 7 comes, it's gonna be amazing. Which I think Horikoshi took another break for the manga, which sucks, but gotta live with the territory. Guy's health's not in the best shape, but shit, man. There was no Black Clover this week, no My Hero, only One Piece, and One Piece has been crazy in the manga.
Just crazy in the anime also.
Yeah, but it's been more crazy in the manga right now.
I can imagine.
One Piece will pick up in the anime soon. Give it a few episodes. Manga-wise, well, I'm just blown away. And then manga for My Hero, we're already in the final stages of the final battle, so I'm just waiting to see how that goes. But look, whatever. Black Clover, I'm great with Black Clover. That shit is blowing my mind too.
I can't wait, man. I'm hyped.
So yes, but Deku versus Lady Nagant will be next week. This episode, great. Got to see Vigilante Deku against Muscular rematch, which really wasn't much of a rematch, but I digress. We've been here talking long. Any final thoughts?
Looking forward to the next episode, and looking forward to see what this Lady Nagant has in store.
Yeah.
Because if she's that great of a waifu, then
Yeah, the backstory will get you.
I can imagine. Does she have like a little sister or something?
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
Nope. Anyways, we're gonna get over, guys, because I'm actually gonna go pick my boy up over here so we can go watch good old Puss in Boots.
Yeah, which I hear there's a lot of good things about. So,
Yes, if it's good, if it blows us away, we might actually have to talk about it on the channel.
Alrighty.
I've heard good things about this Puss in Boots movie. Like, it's dark, it's crazy good, and it makes people cry. So, put in the comment section you want us to do movie review of Puss in Boots. I'm fine with that. Otherwise, I'll do it by myself. But that's fine by me. But whatever. Also, look forward to next week. If I have nothing coming to my schedule, expect Kaguya-sama movie review next week, probably Tuesday night, like late Tuesday night. So yes, can't wait. That funny enough, they're showing that movie on Valentine's Day, and of course, that movie's about the two couple of Miyuki Shirogane and Kaguya Shinomiya. bad thing, well, I wouldn't say it's not a bad thing, but I wish I could hear in the dub. I do like the dub for Kaguya-sama more than the sub version, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we'll catch you guys later. Catch you guys in the next video. Until then, guys, peace.